Hey guys, what's up? Johnny Kinswater here with Concert Addiction. Shooting my first of, I think, 3 videos that I have to shoot today. We had some very shitty but big news drop yesterday that I'm going to make a video about, and I think you know what I'm talking about. And then this past weekend, technically, I also went to 2 concerts. So I got a couple recaps to shoot too, and I'm going to start with one of those, and that would be that 3 nights ago, I guess, so not technically the weekend, but this past Thursday, I went to the University of Wyoming, their Arts and Sciences Auditorium, and saw the up-and-coming country music duo, Dan and Shay. I mean no offense by that. I love their music. It's just, it seems like there's no standard today on what is really country music and what is not, but I'll get into that later. But anyways, yeah, the show took place at the University of Wyoming. Their 7220 Entertainment put it on. They bring down a lot of good acts and stuff like that to the colleges. Real good show, real good turnout for the show. It was a lot of fun too. And I'll start by saying that because even though I don't really have any really negative things to say about the show, just a couple observations. The one thing that I do want to make clear right off the bat is that this show was a blast. I had a real good time with it. And yeah, so I'll get more into it, I guess. Yeah, Dan and Shay were the headliners. They were opened by some guy who I'd never heard of. His name was Brandon Rain. He put on a pretty fun show. He played some cover songs as well as some songs that he's written and other songs that he's played. He covered George Strait, obviously, because he knew where he was playing. He knew that we would all love that shit. And he was pretty good about getting the crowd hyped up for Dan and Shay. I will say that. And so, yeah, it was pretty awesome to see him. He was plugging a lot of stuff, which is cool. That's what up-and-coming guys got to do. He's talking about all this upcoming projects he has going on, so I'm really looking forward to check him out. And I do think he might be someone that we hear from more prominently in the future. I mean, obviously, if he's already opening up for people like Dan and Shay, then he's on his way there. And he did say that he has Keith Urban on one of his upcoming songs, so that's a pretty big deal right there. So like I said, I think this guy's here to stay, and yeah, he put on a pretty awesome show too. So I'm not going to say much about him because we did get there a little late, so we didn't see the whole thing, but from what I saw of him, he's a very talented performer. He was talking to the crowd a lot, getting us all hyped up, and then Dan and Shay came out, and their stage setup was really cool. They had a full band, which was not like your typical country band. That's why I keep saying country, because if you didn't know that they were branded country, that this was a country show, and you just went to it, you would not have guessed that it was technically country music, because they don't look country, they don't sound country, and their stage setup was not like any country show that I've really been to before, but it was still awesome. They had these big They had these big lights set up on the back of the stage. It was cool. Dan and Shay were amazing. They played all their hits, obviously. They had the crowd singing along to all of them. They also covered a couple pop songs, which was really cool to see. And yeah, they were just fantastic about getting the crowd hyped up. They had us going, especially towards the end there. And the venue, like I said, it was the Arts and Sciences Auditorium at the University of Wyoming, which isn't really built for concerts like this, so I wasn't really sure how it was going to work. And there was a couple negatives, like how it's set up. You know, it's not really set up for that kind of environment, so the lines of the merch was kind of long and stuff towards the beginning there and things like that, and they didn't have, that I saw anyways, any concessions or drinks or anything like that. But like I said, this isn't their sole purpose of having that venue, so I can't really complain too much about that. The other thing I was worried about is that this is an auditorium. It's not like a concert hall, so it's all seats. It's pretty cramped. I've been there several times before for graduations and things like that. Not my own, clearly. I didn't go to college. I'm sure you could tell, otherwise I wouldn't be sitting here making YouTube videos up. But anyways, yeah, I've been there before, and sitting in those seats is kind of cramped, so I was a little bit worried about that, but it wasn't too big of a concern because we and everybody else in the place was standing the entire time, because that's how jacked up they were getting us. And especially towards the end there, like I say, with their encore, they just came out and they were just, everybody up, everybody up. They were just getting everybody super jacked up, and we were all going. And yeah, I think part of their encore, they played what was it? It was a CeeLo Green song, Forget You, and they just really jazzed it up, and they used that song to get everyone going into the final part of their show. And yeah, it really worked. They put on a really entertaining show. They had the crowd intrigued like hell. I said my main thing I'm taking away from this show, and it's not a negative or a positive, it's just a mere observation, is that I don't think there's a sole definition for like country music anymore, because like I said, if you were to put a blindfold on and walk someone in there and they didn't know what show they were going to, if they didn't know who Dan and Shay was, they probably wouldn't have guessed that it was a country music show, because it didn't really seem like that. But nonetheless, the music was still great. And when I do these recap reviews, I'm not like a critic, so I'm not judging the music. If your music sucks and for some reason I'm at your concert, I'm not going to be judging your music. I'm going to be talking about your performance, because that's what I care about. And their performance was spot on. It was fantastic. Like I said, they had everyone going the whole time. People were going nuts. I mean, obviously this was a big deal. Not too many shows come to town anymore, but so when they do, obviously people go out to them and stuff like that and have a good time. And this one was no different, so I'm glad that I was able to go to this. Thank you to my sister for helping me get these tickets. Fantastic seats and stuff like that. So, yeah, it was a real fun show. I think that's going to do it for this recap. Like I said, not a whole lot to talk on, just that they're awesome. If you guys get a chance to see them, go and see them. They are, they're not one of my favorites, I guess, but I do really enjoy their music. They played, actually, in my town at Cheyenne Frontier Days. This past summer, they were opening up for Thomas Rhett, and I almost went to that show just to see them. So I am a fan of them, and I was excited that I finally got the opportunity to see them, and they did not disappoint. So that's going to do it for this one. Dan and Shay, awesome. If you get the chance to see them, make sure to see them, because they put on a very crazy fun show, and you'll enjoy it. Even if you're not a fan of the pop country style music, it's still a fun show. It's fun to go. It's fun to... It's a good time to be had for sure. So that's gonna do it for this one. Make sure to comment below. Let me know how you feel about Dan and Shay, if you're ever gonna check them out. If not, that's cool too. Make sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel, like this video, and also there's some live video up on my Facebook page from that concert. Make sure to check that out too. Check me out on Facebook and my website, facebook.com/concertaddiction and concertaddiction.com. Never miss anything in the world of live music. Like I said, I got a couple videos also coming up today. Going to be talking about Malcolm Young, unfortunately, that I teased in the beginning of the show. And then also, yesterday afternoon, I was able to see the Trans-Siberian Orchestra in Colorado for the second time for their annual winter tour. So, a lot of fun stuff coming up. At least talking about that. Not really looking forward to making the other video, but I'm going to, so make sure to keep an eye on the channel and watch out for those videos, and they should be up shortly. So until then, thanks for watching. Bye.